What does it mean to be fully present in the here and now? I'm sure that most of you watching this video right now have heard of the old saying, live in the moment, but I'm betting most of you don't truly understand what that means. Living in the moment goes far beyond just muttering those words. Living in the moment can be truly life-changing. So how does one do it? How does one obtain complete presence? Well, I'm going to do my very best to explain how in this video. Let us start with an example. Let's say you're stuck in traffic and you're late for work. Most people in this particular situation would begin thinking in a very negative way. They may think something like, why me? Or, I can't handle being stuck here a moment longer. Or, I'm going to get fired. Now, regardless of how much negative thinking you do, the situation doesn't change. You're still stuck in traffic, you're still late for work, but even though we know that, we still do it out of habit, and thinking in such negative ways make us feel negative. What can we do to escape this dreadful cycle? That is where being present comes into play. Now let's talk about how. To be present is to be totally 110% focused in the moment, not in the head where the moment is being labeled, judged, or overthought, but just in the moment itself. So back to our example of being stuck in traffic. Instead of falling back into the old negative habit of overthinking, let's be present instead. One way we could do this is by focusing on a particular sound that is around us, maybe the sound of car motors or maybe a song on the radio. We could pick out a sound and then make a conscious effort to put all of our focus and attention on that sound. So instead of putting our focus on the mental dialogue of the mind, our focus, every last bit of it, is now on the sound we chose. Does this mean thoughts will suddenly disappear and never come back? No. Thoughts will probably return from time to time during your presence practice. This is to be accepted and expected. But what matters is that we commit to gently putting our focus back on the sound, even when thoughts do creep back up. Now, I think it's important to mention that the mind is probably already telling you that this won't work. And if it isn't telling you that now, it probably will when you begin practicing. Chalk that up as just another thought and continue your presence practice. You see, to the mind that is always anywhere but here, presence doesn't exist. You probably can't even comprehend presence right now, but that's okay. Do the practice anyway. Now, is focusing our attention on a sound that's around us the only way to obtain presence? No. There are several ways you can begin to live more in the present moment instead of your head. Let's talk about that now. Another way to be more present is to focus on your surroundings. I don't mean to look at your surroundings and start judging what you see. What I mean when I say focus on your surroundings is that you take your full attention and simply observe everything around you. No labels, no judgment, no mind activity needed. You simply look at what is in your reality with your full focus and attention. Is there any other ways to practice present moment living? Yes. Another way to be present is to put your full attention on the energy of your body. Feel the energy that is alive within you. Focus on it. Again, no judgments or labels needed, just your attention. Most of us live in such a way that our minds are always going, always thinking, always living anywhere but here. And if it is here, it's judgmental and negative. Present moment living takes us out of the mind and puts us back into reality. And since negative thoughts are what causes our negative feelings, living in reality instead of the head is a great practice. Now, a common question about presence is, but what if even my reality is negative? Well, you will find that even if you are in a tough situation, being present will help you tremendously. Because tough situation or not, it's the thought movement in the mind that is making said situation out to be as tough as it is. Back to our earlier example, if you were stuck in traffic and late to work but totally present, well then, you would just be sitting in a car with a place to be. Nothing more, nothing less. The mind makes your situations out to be dreadful, when in reality, they are usually not. Another common question about presence is, if I am totally present, how can I make choices or plan for things? Understand that by being present, you won't suddenly turn into a brain-dead zombie. Your mind is still there and can be used when need be. It's a wonderful tool, there's no arguing that. When you need to make choices or maybe do some planning, the mind is waiting for you to do so. By being more present in your life, you won't lose your ability to use the mind when it's practical. Now, with all that being said, I hope you make the choice to start being more present today. It does take practice in most cases, but that's okay. Keep going. There's a whole life that you are missing out on while you're stuck in your head.